Hey everybody, welcome back to Yellowstone National Park. This morning we woke up, headed into the park, and unfortunately we haven't seen a whole lot going on right now, which honestly is no big deal. Yesterday was absolutely amazing, more than I could have ever asked for. So today we're actually just going to be hanging out for the majority of the day inside the park. This entire video, I promise, isn't going to be nothing but bison. I know I've really hit it hard so far. I just think they're really awesome, amazing animals. Right now we're probably just going to relax a little bit and then we'll see what we can see a little bit later. All right, literally as I just got done doing my little talking head and saying how we were going to relax, we saw a coyote cross the road and through the brush, and then it went into the river, and it looks like it's eating, unfortunately, a bison calf. So I will give you a warning on the screen right now. If you don't want to see that, I would probably turn it off and scrub a little bit forward. But what I'm going to do, so I want to give it a lot of leeway. So I'm going to go way down river and shoot back because I don't want to bother it. All right, so we're getting a little closer. I had to wait a little while because there was bison on this side of the river. So I wanted to give them enough time and space to mosey on by. And now I'm going to kind of come up behind them because I don't want to bother them because they're giant, powerful creatures. And just for those interested, the official rule from Yellowstone is that you're supposed to give bison 25 yards of distance away from you. Now, I think that's a little close, so I'm going to try and give them 100 yards almost at all times, just because I don't want to be too close and spook them. And then with this coyote, I'm probably going to be 150 yards or so. Lindsay's talking to me on the radio. I'm pretty far away still, and I'm gonna try and get a little bit closer every now and then. I don't want to bother it because obviously this is very important for it to be eating, and it's an amazing opportunity for the coyote. But I'm gonna slowly creep forward as I can. So I got a little closer and it doesn't seem to be bothered by me. Now I'm also camouflaged a little bit for it. Luckily I'm wearing all these colors that kind of match the mud and everything around me. So luckily I'm able to record. He's not able to see me. It's absolutely perfect. And just to think, I was probably gonna take a nap a half hour ago and now I'm out here doing this. All right, the coyote just got done. He ran across the river and now he's rolling around in the grass on the other side. For now, I think we're gonna head back to the car. We're sticking the area just in case another predator comes, but I am so freaking excited about what just happened. All right, guys, we're back. So it's been a few hours and a few things have been picking at it here and there. But then now the coyote's back. It's raining. So hopefully that sun turns out pretty cool. We're gonna go back and sit on the other side where the sun would be if it was out, and it'd be to our backs. That way the light is really nice. Wish me luck. All right, so I moved down the river just a little bit. I realized that I was down river, and while that's not the end of the world, if anything is gonna come into the river and swim to the other side, the river's gonna take it down, and I didn't want to be where these animals would come up. So I'm actually sitting closer to it, but my back is to this dead tree, and hopefully I'm not in anyone else's way. There's actually a coyote behind me. In the field, I think it's calling to its pack. The coyote kind of saw me a little bit, came over, checked me out, didn't really know what I was, wasn't threatened, wasn't spooked, whatever, and moseyed kind of back to where he was. Now, I think he went to go get his pack personally. I don't know how far away it is. I don't know if they're gonna come back. Either way, great way to spend the day. No complaints whatsoever. Well, guys, obviously the coyotes didn't come back. None of the other predators came. We decided to just pack it up and head out. It's been an amazing trip. I am so happy with how everything has gone. There are a few things that I want to say that if anyone out there is planning on doing a trip to Yellowstone specifically for wildlife photography, I do have a few tips and tricks for you. One, the park is gigantic. So you're gonna spend a lot more time driving than you really would expect to spend. Some of these spots are 50 to 90 miles in between. So we did like a big loop, like day one, to go check everything out. And it was like 170 miles of driving that day just to try and see like the majority of the park. And we didn't even hit every single road. Second is, it's probably the time of year that we're here, but the days are honestly just too long. Sunrise is like 5 in the morning, and then sunset is like 9 at night. There's not enough time in between sunset and sunrise to really get rested. So I just feel really drained. We've been getting like 4 to 5 hours of sleep per night and just staying out all day. Sometimes we take a nap, sometimes we don't, but it is just a really, really long day, and it's just absolutely kicked my butt. Now, like I said, Yellowstone is gigantic, so there's a few things photography equipment wise I would really recommend. So on pretty much all the footage that you guys have seen, for the nerds out there, it's a 400 millimeter lens with a 1.4 teleconverter on the back of it, and then in the camera most of the footage was like cropped, so it was a 4K crop, which makes it like a 1.6 crop factor. So I'm roughly like the 800-ish millimeter range with all of that factored in, and that was like the bare minimum of what I felt like I needed. I would have loved to have more reach just to get a little bit farther. Some of these animals are really far away, and most of the time, like when I'm in the Badlands and the Tetons and all like stuff like that, the 400 is usually totally fine, and I really, really love that lens. But if you guys are coming out here, I would really suggest looking into either renting a longer lens or figuring something out. Even if you get like a 2-time teleconverter, if you have a 400, that gets you to 800 plus the crop in the camera, whatever. Speaking of that, I really think binoculars are critical to have out here. Like I said, other national parks, I don't really need them. You're close enough to the animals, or the terrain allows you to see them pretty clearly just with your naked eye. But out here, the valley is so wide that you can't tell if that little speck is like a tree, a bison, a bear, or something else. It's just impossible to tell. And I needed my binoculars to really see. And even my binoculars, which are Vortex Vulture HD, for anyone out there that's interested. And then the magnification is 15 by 56, so they're pretty long and they see a long ways. And even those were like quite short. Most of the people out here have spotting scopes. Very few people actually have binoculars to see. So I would really look into that too. If you're coming out here to view wildlife, either find a spotting scope or rent one or something like that would really help you guys out. But just to wrap it up, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. This was really amazing for me. Everything we saw today and yesterday and the day before has been just absolutely phenomenal, and I can't thank you guys enough for your support. But for now, if you guys had any questions about the things you saw or want me to explain something a little bit more, please feel free to drop a comment. I'm more than happy to explain a bunch of stuff to you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one.